Hi friends, let's get ready together while we yap and talk about how I turned down my first big brand deal. If you are new here, hi, my name is Kiera. I am a 30-year-old stay-at-home mom, also a content creator. I obviously do some YouTube. I'm trying to get back into it and be more consistent this year. But I do mainly TikTok, lifestyle content, and I do TikTok shop as well. I also post on my Instagram and I do like SHOPMY and stuff, but my main content is over on TikTok. This is my first time filming today, if you cannot tell, because I cannot get words out. So I suggest you go grab you a little drinky drink, take a seat. I'm gonna try to keep it under 10 minutes because I need to film, and that's why I'm getting ready. It's literally 4 o'clock and I am just now getting ready for the day. I just took a shower and now I'm doing my makeup because I need to film another video after this. So I'm hoping that I can get everything done. So I need to hurry up, and it's already a minute long. So I wanted to talk about how I turned down my first big brand deal. Now, to preface, and this is just the e.l.f. primer, please understand that I am a very, of course, I like get it all over myself. I am a very, very small creator. Like, I don't even have 5,000 followers yet over on TikTok, and that is my biggest platform. So please keep that in mind when I'm talking about this. But I feel like it kind of needs to be talked about because I feel like a lot of people don't realize how big brands try to take advantage of small creators, and that's exactly what happened to me. So I wanted to just kind of talk about it, and I'm sure you guys have had similar experiences, but I also want to tell you guys things to look out for and how to figure out if things are authentic or not. So next we're going to do the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. So one thing, I'm not going to be saying the brand's name. It's just, I'm just not that, I'm not there yet. But I have heard creators talk about this brand a lot and their shady practices. So you may be able to figure out who I'm talking about, but whatever. I won't be saying their name. Anyway, so I have my email in my bio on all of my platforms. I have a email just dedicated to content and my brand and all of that stuff. Literally in my bio, on my Instagram, on my TikTok, any platform where I'm making content, my email is there. So I'm in this email pretty frequently, as you can imagine. And one day I get an email from a big Korean skin brand. And this is a big Korean skin brand. Like, I'm not exaggerating. A big Korean skincare brand. And they reach out to me and they want me to do 5 videos for them. And they're like, we will send you the product. Can you send us your rates for 5 videos? And I say, sure. So I send them my media kit. I do have a full portfolio website that has my rates on it. And I am pretty flexible with my rates, I'm not gonna lie. I mainly do right now, which I'm trying to kind of gravitate away from, is doing gifted collabs with brands because obviously bills need to be paid. I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm also expensive. So I am really trying to get into the space where I am making money. And don't get me wrong, I do you know, get flat fee rate or flat free. This is going to be a terrible video. I do get a few flat fee collabs with brands, which I really appreciate. But I mainly do gifted. So I am pretty flexible with my rates, like I was saying, and I try to work with the brand as much as I can without insulting myself. And it has to make sense. That was the, obviously, Tarte Shape Tape, and this one is the Tarte Shape Tape Blur. I just do this one under my eyes and highlighting points because she is so creamy and beautiful. And this is my like everyday like 5-minute makeup, except for I'm using a more full coverage foundation because I am filming. Normally I would use like my Fenty Eavesdrops or something like that has just a lighter coverage, like a tinted moisturizer. But anyway, so I sent them my rates, blah, blah, blah. And they come back and say, hey, actually, we would rather work on a larger scale and do more videos. So can you send me your rates for, I want to say, pause, let me check the email. Okay, so they said, hey, we're trying to explore a larger scale collaboration. Can we get your rate for 50 videos? We already know your 5 video rate. Can you send us a rate for 50 videos? So I'm like, hey, thanks for reaching out. For 50 videos, I can do $20 a video plus commission, which is very cheap. Very cheap, but keep in mind, I don't have 5,000 followers, so I'm a very, you know, small creator. First big collaboration with a brand. So I'm like, that's giving you a discount per video from the previous rate that I sent. Please let me know. Love to work with you on this project. So they say, hey, thank you. Unfortunately, the flat fee of $1,000 for 50 videos is outside of the scope of the campaign. However, we would still like to explore further. So we're going to propose $700 for 50 videos, all fees covered, and also do 20% commission on all sales. So already I was kind of like questioning it. I'm like, 50 videos is a lot. And I am very much a person that I try to be as authentic as possible on my channels and with my content. I really, really, really try to be very, very real and genuine about the things that I advertise, the things that I'm trying. And I have tried Mixsoon skincare in the past. I'm just really not a skincare girly, and I'm trying to move more into that. This is the Tarte Sculpt Tape. It's my first time actually trying this one. And so, I wish I had another, like, actually, I can probably just use this one. I try to be very real and authentic with the products that I review over on my channels, because I never want people to think that I'm just doing things because of the money, you know? I never want people to think that I am unauthentic. They can't trust me. They can't trust my opinion on things. Oh, she's just saying this because she's getting paid. That is never what I want my content to be, ever, ever, ever. So I, you know, I've used their product before. I am trying to get more into my skincare, and one thing that I do gravitate towards a lot is Korean skincare because of how good it is, how gentle it is, how popular it is. So I, you know, have used their products. I'm, you know, kind of familiar with their stuff. So I told them, I said, I am open to that. not agreeing. I'm open to it, but I would also like more details, as in like how long do I have to post these videos, kind of how the payment works, and all that kind of stuff. So this is the Tarte blush tape. So they were like, thanks so much. And then they were like, within 14 days of receiving the samples, we ask you to submit 3 drafts and just kind of go from there. This gave more highlight than blush. The only time I ever used that blush tape was when I did it over top of I already had blush on. So we are gonna go in with the MCO Beauty blush stick. I really, really like these. I need kind of heavier blush because obviously filming, so. So they wanted me to submit drafts, 3 drafts, and then pretty much what they wanted me to do was to post 4 videos a day of their products and pretty much use the same like ideas and like scripts and everything from my drafts that they approve in all of those videos. So you can kind of see my dilemma here. I was kind of just not feeling it that much because I felt like 4 videos a day of the same products was very, very overwhelming, not only for me, but for my audience. And I did not want to come off unauthentic, like I said. I already post lifestyle content on top of my TikTok shop content. And so to agree to 4 videos from that means that I am either posting 10 plus videos a day, or I'm only posting these products. And for me, that's not an option. Just not an option, because I like posting my other content. I'm also like, I have TikTok shop samples I need to post. That wasn't an option. So I was already kind of like, whatever. So they were like, we're going to put together a contract. We'll go ahead and send the contract over to you so you can go ahead and review it and see what you think. I'm like, okay, cool. They're like, we just sent the contract over. Can you review it, sign it, whatever? I'm like, hey, I reviewed the contract and there's just a few things that I would like to go over. They also had unlimited usage rights to my content, which absolutely not. You're going to pay for those usage rights. Thank you very much, because you're not going to have my face plastered all over Facebook and Instagram and whatever from all these 50 videos, and then I get nothing from it. No, not going to happen. So I told them I wanted to add a timeline of 1 year. They can use my content for 1 year, and then after the year, we can discuss or not whether we want to continue with that, and I would charge for that. Also, I asked if we can lower the amount of videos from 50 to 35, because I just felt like if they're lowering the amount that I'm gonna get paid, that's not worth it for me to do 50 videos, and I would rather do 35 videos. I think that is totally fair considering how low my rate even is. So I thought 35 videos is fair. And then I said, lastly, I want to offer half payment up front, and then after all the videos are done, we can go ahead and do the rest of the payment. Because in the contract, they said that I would get paid up to 30 days after all of the content is posted and reviewed. No, ma'am. So at that point, I start going through stuff. I'm in like some TikTok shop groups on Facebook. I'm like in, some Discords, all that kind of stuff. I start seeing posts about this company, and people were kind of receiving the same email that I was receiving. And they're like, hey, like I've never done a contract with, a brand before, which makes me think, okay, this brand is targeting smaller creators. And I know why. They're targeting smaller creators because they want to take advantage of them. And so that was kind of like, eh. Then I started reading comments. Would you believe that people were in the comments saying, oh, I would never work with that brand. They are known for changing links on video. They are known. My daughter stands up for a second, whines for me, and then lays right back down. These people are literally saying that they are known for changing links. They are known for turning off commission for creators. They are known for just doing shady stuff. Now, once I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, no, I just don't think that this is gonna work. Because yes, I am a small creator, but yes, I am also a mom. I dedicate so much time into my content. I dedicate so much money and effort into my content. I literally buy the highest end freaking cameras and lighting and everything into my content because like I need to have the best of the best in order to be the best of the best. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm glad we're on the same page. So once I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, no, there's a 98% chance that I'm going to end up saying no to this contract because they're trying to take advantage of me, right? Okay, so next email comes back. They're like, okay, we agree to the 1-year usage rates. Cool. For lowering the amount of videos, we would like to keep the collaboration at 50 videos as originally agreed, and we would also like to proceed with 1 full payment after all 50 videos have been posted. And if there are no further questions, we ask you to proceed with signing the contract and we'll do next steps. And I emailed back and said, unfortunately, I have to pass on this partnership with the current terms. Thank you. And that is how I turned down my first big brand deal. Now, for some, that may not be big. I mean, it's not huge for me either, but it was my first like flat fee, like big flat fee, you know, contract. So I was super excited. Very big, well-known brand. I was so excited. And I'm so sad that it didn't work out, but I want to be very clear that I am not okay with brands taking advantage of small creators. I'm not okay with that. And I see it happen way too often, and that really freaking sucks. But I also feel like people need to be a little bit more vigilant about what they are signing up for, what they're agreeing to, what they're responding to. You guys don't know how many times, like in a month, that I will receive email threads from a brand and there will be like 50 creators on this freaking email. And as soon as they send something, I'm like, oh, that's not real. That's not legit. And then people are already like, yes, emailing back, yes, here's my address, yes, da-da-da. And I'm talking reply all. So girl, you just sent me your address in an email. You also just sent your address to a scammer because that's not a real email. That's not the real brand. Because people are not doing their due diligence, and that's super, super important. Like, people lose their accounts, people get scammed, people get hacked because they're not paying attention and you're not being vigilant with what you're sending and what you're agreeing to. Also, you want to make sure that you're really, really paying attention to contracts and stuff that you're signing, because like, you don't know what you're agreeing to. When you give someone usage rights, they literally will plaster your face on every single social media outlet and you will get nothing for it. No commission, no nothing. And that is crazy to me. That's crazy work. I will never agree to that. And also make sure you're checking the emails that you're receiving, like the email address. That is number one key. That is the number one way to spot a freaking like scam. Absolutely. If you're getting emails from a brand and it's from gmail.com, absolutely not. Cut it, because it's not legit. Like, you really just have to be vigilant. You have to really pay attention. And if you don't know, ask for help, because that's going to be one way that you're really going to save, you know, so much headache, is by really making sure that you are being vigilant and paying attention, because these brands do not care about you. They are really trying to make a big buck. They're here for paying these big creators hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they want to take advantage of smaller creators. Yes, our work can be right up there with these top creators. I know some top creators that are freaking huge. Their quality sucks. Their editing sucks. They're probably paying somebody to edit their videos. Like, but it's just the opportunities people are given. And, you know, hey, I'm happy for everybody. Get that bag, but there's enough money out here for everybody. So you don't need to be agreeing to these low life brands that are trying to offer you pennies for hard work, because taking 50 videos, editing 50 videos, having them reviewed, making sure that they meet the brand standards, that's a lot of freaking work. One thing I'm never gonna do is water myself down for a brand. Couldn't be me, wouldn't be me. So I say all of that to say, I hope that everybody in 2026 that wants to get into content blows the heck up. I hope that all of the hard work that you have put in, all of the work that you continue to put in, all of the time, all of the effort, all of the money pays off for you. And I hope we're all huge viral content creators this year. But that is my one story that I have to tell about a brand trying to take advantage of small creators. Yes, we're setting with Tier setting spray. And we are all done. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to see more story times, I'm sure I can think of some, but let me know. Or if you guys want any other like things about content creation, or things that I've learned over the years of being, you know, a content creator, let me know. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.